Alright guys, this will be the first gaming video on my channel, and we are playing Minecraft as you can see. I guess what this video will be is just kind of an introduction to this series, Minecraft series, and I'll give like a little tour of everything I have on this world. It is a creative world. You caught a glimpse of everything there. And then I'll just kind of ramble on as I go. Let me turn the volume down about 50. That way I can still hear it, but you can hear me. Because I just tried to record some American Truck Simulator, and the game audio was way too loud, and you could not hear me at all. Oh, I suppose I could probably also turn the music volume down. As much as I love the Minecraft music, sometimes it's a little overbearing. But this is my Minecraft world. I have way too much stuff. I don't even know where to start. I guess I can start with my house. Let me just set up the daylight really fast so you can see. This is my house. I spent probably an hour and a half building it. It is huge. I have the sensors on the top that power the lights on the inside. So I have some set to daylight so they can shut off or turn on in the upstairs where there's no windows. And then I have a whole system of lights underneath the floor that's powered by these sensors here. And I can go more in depth into that in just a second when I go inside. You can see that they're all underneath the carpet. So leave this block here. 1, 2. There we go. I have the lamps underneath the glass there, and then I just covered up with carpet so you can't really see it that well. These are the ones that get power during the daylight. You just have the sensors. Shut the door. This room over here is just a kind of like kitchen. You have the furnace and everything in here. Different colored carpet, maybe color code. You can see the transition, it kind of blends together. Big open viewing area. I can get into some of the ship stuff and everything over there in just a minute. And then we can go out into the garage, where I have a secret basement. Not so secret when you can tell what it is, but you come down here and you have basically just my little experimenting area with redstone. Certain things that I do or like want to have figured out, I'll come down here and just kind of experiment. This is a Star Trek style door. You have the 2 pressure plates and you just walk through it instead of having to flip any switches or click on anything. Here is a neat little armor hideaway. So you can hide your armor there and then click the button again and it falls down. And of course you have your hidden walls, or hidden doors, that look like walls. So just open it and close it. So we'll go through here, close it again, and then in here it's another just little small hideaway space, and then you have the access to the underside of the house where you can really see the scope of the light system underneath. And they're all powered by the sensor over there. So we'll go down and out again. And we'll just come outside. It's kind of like a little cellar door of sorts. Crouch down and you come out. I guess we'll have to fly to get over to the next little point. The whole dock area right here. You can hop in the little boats, and you can actually, if you're playing in survival or whatnot, actually I'll just show it. You can come down here from the house. You walk down the stairs on the pathway, come over and hop in a boat, and then you can actually row over to. Each ship has a ladder, except for this one. I have not added it to it yet. Or that one either, the Titanic. This is the Britannic. That's the Titanic. I'll go into depth on each one of them. But you can see this little schooner here has a ladder. You can climb up. These are all built just from memory, by the way. None of these were any kinds of tutorials or anything. This is all just brain work. Come down, and you have like the cannons and stuff that you would see on one of these old school pirate ships. And the back half of the ship. Hop out. And you have the captain's quarters, which has a nice little jukebox that I put in here, and I put one in almost every ship I have, just so you can play some music if you want to. Up and you have your steering wheel, you have the masts and everything like that. So now we'll hop back down onto our boat, and we'll go over here to the Titanic. Does not have one yet, but we'll go over here. This is the, if you're a fan of the Great Lakes shipping stuff, this is the Great Lakes ship Lee A. Tregurtha. Climb the ladder, and we have a whole interior access for the pilot house and everything, so you can act like you're the captain of the ship. Shut that, and then you can run back here, back to the back side of the ship, past the self-unloading boom. You can probably hear it right now. I built engines for every single one of these ships. Hop down here. This neat little system here is basically what kind of keeps the engine running. It's just an activator rail plus with the cart, powered by the one single power rail. Gives it just enough momentum to spin around and make it run like a normal engine would. And then there's just the pistons inside of there. And it's just dressed up like an engine. So that's the small one that I have on the Tregurtha. And then we can go up and out. And I normally would have taken the boat, but you get the point of the boat. There's ladders on each ship. This is the oh no, I'm blanking on the name. I have it written on the back, I believe. Roger Blau, that's what this one is. Nope, I haven't even put the nameplates on this one yet. Oh no. But this is the MV Roger Blau. And as I said, if you're a fan of the Great Lakes shipping stuff, you'll know that this ship actually had a fire and is currently in long-term layup, but the whole front access, forecastle, bow area, whichever you want to call it, you can come in here, climb the ladders, and you have a second deck with the windows to look out of, and it's just the exact same on the other side, so I'm not going to go up there. But then you can come back out the door you went in, and you can run all the way down the crew passage alongside of the cargo hold, and you come to two massive engines for this ship. They're based on the same design. They're just mirrored, essentially, but they are both powered by the same cart and activator rail system. There's everything you need to kind of fix any issues with them. Have the components in there, and then you can step over here carefully and climb up into the back section where crew would normally hang out. Of course, you have the doors and everything. This one is a self-motor as well. It is just a little bit of a different system. It has two of the booms that come out of the rear side instead of just sitting on the deck. now for probably the most well-known ones. Obviously we have the Titanic. These are a little bit smaller scale than the ones that I typically build, but they share the same amount of detail for the most part. If you come up on the stern deck, you have the mooring posts, so you can wrap the ropes around there and then, you know, toss them out to your dock or your home port, whichever. You come inside here, shut that, and then you have a whole another little deck access down here, and this leads down into the actual deck. There's no rooms or anything on this deck. It doesn't really allow for a lot of realism, unfortunately, because it's how tight it is. It's built with slabs and such, and they don't really stack as well. So that's a little disappointing that I can't do that with it, but that's okay. We'll come up and then out the same way. Came in. It is nighttime now, of course. This is another little access port. Not really needed. It's kind of redundant. But here you would see where the rooms would be. And as I said, you can't really put rooms in them because it's kind of tight. But you can at least have something modeled to be the rooms. And then you can come out, stand on the bow, and it's the same thing. You have the mooring post here, and then you can stand up on the bow, just like Jack and Rose did in the movie. You have your crow's nest. Sit up here, your little lookout. You can call out for icebergs. You have, this is something new that I did with these. I don't normally use the chains for any of the wires, but I felt that it looks close enough to be the actual wires like the ship actually had, so I did look okay. As far as Minecraft is concerned, I think it looks alright. But the hull is designed a little bit differently as well. I just used these stairs upside down, and it gives the port windows kind of look. Same thing with that. It makes it smaller than using the giant windows like you would normally use, because you can't really put the right amount. But if you do the stairs upside down, then it kind of works. It works just well enough to be decent. We'll come over to the Britannic. The Britannic is almost an exact copy of the Titanic, the way it's built. Same with the stairs and the whole room situation and the wires and everything, all that. The only difference being the upper decking points here and here. The Britannic was actually designed differently with these, since it was a hospital ship, is marked by the Red Cross. And of course the engines and everything is the exact same as the Atrigurtha. This one has the entire map of the area inside of the lower deck area. And you can see just how many ships there are. We're in this one here. You can see each ship there. The Atrigurtha, the Roger Blau, Titanic, and then the little schooner that's unnamed, unfortunately. I don't have a name for it, but we will get to everything else very shortly. You can see the villages mapped out as well as my whole track areas and everything. So that's cool. And the inside is basically the same as the Titanic. They were pretty much just a copy. With of course, the changes that I mentioned already. So there are those main ones there. And then we come over here. These are a couple more of the engines that I've built. So this was the major design for the engines in the Blau. Fit the two of them together. And that's just a V8 engine that I built. This was kind of a failed project. I wanted to see if I could use TNT as the actual combustion for an engine, and for the most part it does work, but it's just too loud. It doesn't really serve a purpose. It's really just too loud. It works, but it doesn't have the right like combustion sound. So I kind of saw that as a problem. And then there's that. It just goes on for way too long. These ones kind of lag my game a little bit when I'm recording, so I won't focus too heavily on these. But they're just a Star Trek design for like a loss of power. So you see in here it would be a warp core, and the way that the beacons have to work, they're surrounded by a block of ore, and you have to have them perfectly put together in order to work. So that block there pushes the ore in and turns on the beacon. The piston does. So if we come out here and shut the switch off, it turns off the deflector, as well as shuts down the quote warp core. So that's a neat little design there. And then if I actually put the torch away, you can see the lights come on the outside. And it's just a neat little design. I haven't implemented it into any big ships yet, but I will eventually. This is another ship that I've built. This one was actually the basis for everything over there. This is the CSL Tadoussac, I think is how you pronounce it. It's a Canadian ship for the Great Lakes once again. This is a little thing based off of my real truck. It's a Chevy 1500 pickup. Then this is one of my favorite pieces here. I actually have it named down here at the bottom. You can come over and look at it. It is NCC 42412 USS Everett. This is a starship that I built based off of a few different designs. So it would have the saucer section of what would be the original Enterprise, and then it has the neck section of the Enterprise B, or the Excelsior class starship. Has the fuselage and deflector of the Voyager, and then the nacelles of the Galaxy class starship, as well as the pylons of the Galaxy, and then the nacelles of the Excelsior class. So that's pretty neat. And you can of course go inside it as well. I'll just have to break a block. Get down in, pull it back, and then you have your warp core in the center. And then you can come up into the bridge, and you can sit down in the captain's chair. There's a neat little design that I have there. It's just a minecart with basically just the minecart pushed into the stair block, and then you have the two fence posts on, or the signs on either side, and that makes it look like an actual chair. Come down and then just click the button to get out. Maybe fall out of there. This over here is a Kenworth W900 that I built over here. The shader pack that I use, it puts like an actual glow off of the glow item frames. We use like the glow squid ink sacks and everything. So it actually looks like the incandescent light bulbs that you would see on a W900. and the Kenworth logo there. This was something else a little cool that I designed. If you ever actually watched Voyager, you know that they show a couple of sequences where they have to eject their warp core. So I designed this as kind of like that whole process. This is just the warp core inside of its frame, and then you come back over here and you remove, quote, remove the block that holds the gravel on there, and then that looks like it's ejecting its warp core. And then, cool, there's your warp core. Alright, so I think what I'll look at next, get rid of that, is we'll look at my whole little track system that I have set up in a couple of different places. This one here takes you all the way around the ships at the bottom, and as well as the ships at the top, and then it just leads you back to the house at the garage. So I'll just be silent for a minute, and we'll go right around on this track here. Kind of leads back in there, but I have it blocked off, so I had to bail out of the cart. This is my destroy pit. You just throw anything you need, or don't need, rather, down that hole, and dispose of it. So now we'll run over here, and, oh well, we can look at this one first. The way that I have this one set up, I have it set up to have, oh my, there's a villager in my cart. Hi, buddy. You can hear the bells going off there. That is a neat little system that I set up just so you can have an actual railroad crossing of sorts. So when I get out of here, I'll be able to see the railroad crossing. I have the lights up as well as the crossing bells. And then this track just comes down. Bridge leads to my village. That will help this poor guy get out of his cart so he can not be trapped anymore. This over here is a kind of like a shipyard design. It's a dry dock, and then you have all the scaffolding and the crane to look like they're actively building a new ship. And it's basically just the same design copied from the Britannic, but just had basically everything just cut off of it to look like they're building a new ship. Now we'll go check out that monstrosity. Actually, first off, I have to come down here and turn off the bells, because they will keep going continuously if I don't turn them off. I worked out that problem. We will come down here and we will go check out my massive tree house. I have a track system that leads up to the top of it. So we'll flick the switch and we'll be on our way. And these little activator rails to just turn on the lights so you can see that, which is pretty cool. All the way up. Alright, now we're back up here, and this is, it looks like it's just unfinished, but with the shader pack that I have, it removes like all the scratch marks and stuff off of the glass, except for like when you get right up next to them. So this is all tinted glass windows. It's a big ass bay window. And you come out here onto a little patio, and you can look out over everything. You can see the ship down there. My little house. See the truck. And you keep coming over, you can see the other little village down there. And unfortunately, it's just out of view, but you can normally see the ship, the starship. We won't need to ride it all the way back down. I'll just send the cart down. Now down here, I'll wait till the cart gets down, so I have to have a little activation here. Because the cart's going to get stuck. Cool. Alright, and now here, we have the first Five Nights at Freddy's. And this is the party area, just little tables. You have each animatronic. You have Bonnie, Freddy, Chica, just with little heads on there. Then over here you have Foxy, the dragon head. You have Parts and Service, with the heads. Then you come down here and you have your office with the doors. And if you sit down in the chair, you can actually shut the doors. And get rid of my torch. You can also click your lights, just like in the game. That would be the kitchen, you can't see into because the camera's disabled, and then you have each bathroom. And I think that is about it for everything that I have on my world. So far, at least. I'm getting ready to build a little bit more stuff to it. But I think that will be probably a good stopping point for this video. I think I'm going to turn this into a series, just Minecraft. And then I'll have to plan out some other stuff for my channel. But if you like this video, go ahead and drop a subscription, leave a like, and then let me know what you think in the comments. And then hopefully over time my videos will improve. And I think I will talk to you later.